Hi, Kaori. Thank you for joining me today. I know we've been talking about doing this for a while, and I'm really glad that we were finally able to schedule it. I also wanted to say thank you for your patience with my technology challenges today too.
Good. Celeste, how are you today?
Doing well, doing well. So tell me, everyone, we're here with Kaori Nagao today. She's from Vegas, an amazing Sotheby's broker in Las Vegas. And I wanted to start off with just a few questions. How did you first decide to get into the real estate?
Love that starter question. Yeah, really excited to be here with you today, Celeste. So, Kaori Nagao with Las Vegas Sotheby's. Before real estate, and this is actually my third year, I owned and operated an event planning and luxury concierge company here in Las Vegas. So I've lived in Las Vegas for 17 years and was,
Wow.
selling Las Vegas experiences for this whole time that I've been here. And for me, it was kind of like a natural transition. I
Mhm.
sold the company to a travel company right before, COVID hit. That was back in
Okay.
2017. I had a 3-year contract with them and did the whole corporate thing. But,
Mhm.
I knew in my heart that this was an exit strategy. And, as an entrepreneur, I loved being an entrepreneur. Real estate was really, calling my name because, I just wanted that flexibility. I know you've got kids. I've got two daughters. I just wanted
Yeah.
more time with the girls and be able to
Yeah.
travel. And it was just kind of an organic transition to real estate. And then
Mhm.
at that time, our broker at Las Vegas Sotheby, Randy Char, he's actually one of my husband's best friend. So I've known about
Okay.
the whole time I've been in Las Vegas, and he was like the, real estate guru. So I
Mhm.
met with him for lunch and just kind of, explore different options on real estate. And he's like, "Oh, you'll be fantastic. Love
Yeah.
to work together. Let's go." So started with Char Luxury. It was a boutique company for the first year and a half. And then Char Luxury was acquired by Las Vegas Sotheby's. So now we have a bigger team and a bigger presence here as Las Vegas Sotheby's. And that's been
Yeah.
almost a year and a half. So it's been a lot of great.
Very nice. I know I was excited to hear because we first connected when you were Char, and then I was
Yeah,
excited to hear when all of a sudden I got your email and you were like,
yeah.
"We're now a part of the same like crew. We're both Sotheby's." So
Exactly,
that was awesome.
exactly, exactly. And I absolutely love it because again, the network and the connection just within our Sotheby's network globally is like
Absolutely.
amazing, right? And now we could brand ourselves not just as a local expert, but a global expert.
Yeah.
And again, I just need to remind everybody watching that we both could help you with any real estate needs anywhere in the world. And
Yeah.
so, I think that goes a long way for a brand.
Absolutely. That was part of the big draw for me when I decided to make the move to Sotheby's as well. So I agree 100%. So what's going on with the Vegas market right now? What do things look like? I mean, tell me from a local perspective.
Absolutely. And I know you're feeling it too. So I'd love to hear, your New York perspective as well, Celeste. So
Sure.
as we all know, the market has shifted and we all have to kind of like get back to, like our normalization, right? The demand has, decreased significantly. We still have buyers, but maybe it's not as many. So we obviously saw like a 40% cut since April. And just kind of to share with you, yeah, just the number of inventory we have. Like obviously last summer when it was crazy times, right? Multiple
Yeah.
offer situation, people trying to figure out how they could win in a
Yeah.
multiple offer situation, and us being, buyers agents being creative, with our offer,
Hmm.
and just trying to connect with the listing agent in every way, right?
Yeah. Sure.
That has completely shifted. We're not seeing that as often. Maybe we'll
Okay.
still get a multiple offer, but just one or, two or three offers versus
Hmm.
10 offers last summer. So
Okay.
inventory
Which
goes, yeah, go ahead.
one, two or three is still good. I mean, it was like insane before. So
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely. So it's like, for me, I'm really excited that the market's, normalizing because it gives our buyers that were obviously competed out of these multiple offer situations. Because in the case of Vegas, we have a lot of people relocating here from California and Washington.
yeah.
And all these are cash buyers. So when you're competing with cash buyers, my local buyers were the ones that were really hurt because they're trying to
Sure.
be creative with their financing as well. But at the end of the day, cash offer is golden, right? And with
Yep.
a quick close and waived appraisal, like it's just like boom, 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 sellers want
Yep.
the cash offer. So for me, I'm really
Absolutely.
happy that, my local buyers now have an ability to basically get their offers seen and get their offers
Mhm.
accepted now in this market. But just to give you
Yeah.
stats, so we currently have about 8,500 homes, single family homes available.
Okay.
Last
Hmm.
summer, when it was crazy, it was under 2,000. So we've,
Okay.
multiplied by four right now. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, on the luxury side, we have, about 10%, usually our luxury market, which is a million plus. We
Hmm.
also have about 850 homes available. And then our
Okay.
median price, it just kept going up. Like from the time I started 3 years ago, which was at 330,000, every month we kept going up, right? So our peak
Yeah.
was in April at 482,000, which is
Okay.
crazy. And now in August, it was 450,000. So we're just definitely seeing a dip.
Okay.
I think it's going to definitely continue to go down until we really stabilize the market.
Yeah, which I mean, I think was inevitable. Like, so, New York never saw that massive tick up that other areas did, which is why like New York is also not going to see as big of a reduction as a lot of other areas are. I mean, we're anticipating probably around like a 5% price reduction,
Yeah.
but there's obviously, all different sectors. So it depends on, if you're looking at the one bed or a studio and you're looking at 500 800,000, that's going to be a market where there's more financing happening, and then prices are going to have to adjust accordingly. If you're looking at like the ultra luxury market here, that also is seeing a bit of a dip at the moment. But I think the bottom line is at the end of the day, people need to move. People have life changes, which means they're going to have apartment changes, and don't get scared away by what you're hearing on the news at all. Like the market is still going, but I think it's a good time for people to potentially get deals as well. So
Absolutely.
now, what would you say is your favorite and then maybe least favorite part of being a real estate agent?
Oh my goodness. Obviously, the pro or like the most favorite thing, it's just, everything I touch, I'm very passionate about. So I was passionate about my events and luxury, business. And I'm really happy that I was able to sell it, exit it, and now kind of start a new chapter in my life. And real
Mm-hmm.
estate, I mean, Celeste, we're changing lives. And I
Yep.
think, for me, and both of us leveraging social media and being able to educate people about real estate, for me, I
Mhm.
think like real estate is like the best kept secret, right? Like just
Yeah.
talk about capital gains. That's the
Yep.
first thing I learned in real estate school. 250,000 if you're single, up to
Yep.
500,000. If you're a married couple, tax free. And how many people really know that? An average Joe, like not that many people know that. So again, for
Yep.
me, like being able to educate, the educational
Mhm.
portion has been really huge for me. And I'm all about women empowerment. So for me, I really focus on, empowering women through real estate and just helping, friends and family who are really kind of stuck and they don't know, provide them the
Yep.
information so that they could use real estate to leverage and build wealth. Because at the end of the
Yep.
day, you want them to keep moving up until they find their dream home.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
definitely
think
the fire.
I think I think that's really important because it, like you said, you're changing people's lives and you're with them at some of the most important parts of their life as they're having life changing situations as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
absolutely. And then for me, I specialize in relocation. I've done this
Mhm.
relocation from California to Las Vegas 17 years ago. So I could really relate to these people that are relocating here. And at that time, I was single, right? So
Okay.
now I have that singles perspective of relocating versus now as a
Right.
mom, what's important, schools, activities, neighborhoods, security. Like I'm
Yeah.
able to talk to these families relocating from a mom or a parent perspective. So that's
Hmm.
definitely, the value I provide to my clients. And, I just
Hmm.
want their relocation to be as seamless as possible. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
stressful, you know,
Yeah.
and we're having all these.
Absolutely.
So,
You're with them like for the biggest investment of their lives and probably some of the most challenging times from of their lives as well. So yeah, I hear you 100%.
sure.
So what would you say like the most challenging part or like worst part of being an agent then? I have a few things in
Oh yeah.
mind.
Yeah, I want to hear yours. Well, again, for me, again, you just have to like, have your, time blocking, scheduling, right? You just have to
Sure.
multitask. We're moms, so my availability is when the girls are in school, which is from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And so you
Yep.
just have to kind of manage around that schedule. But,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, for me, I'm an independent agent. I'm not with the team. I don't plan to be on the team. So for me, it's very challenging when I have to be at the same location or different location at the same time for my clients. And I want to
Yeah.
help everybody. But at the end of the
Yep.
day, you need to prioritize and delegate. And for us here
Mm-hmm.
at Las Vegas Sotheby's, I have an incredible, teammates that would jump in if whenever I need them to, especially, being, Vegas is a smaller city, right? Everything's
Mm-hmm.
about 20 minutes drivable distance. We don't have much traffic like what I experienced in LA, what you're
Yeah.
experiencing in New York. But again,
Yep.
like just tag teaming and leveraging our teammates, I've learned over the
Yep.
last, couple of years that you just have to do that. And, it's okay to delegate and it's okay, to not being able to help everybody at the same time because it's just impossible.
Absolutely, and I think is as women too, we want to help everybody. We want to say yes often to everything, but your clients also understand you can't be every place, but you can still be present for guidance. And yeah, you just have to figure out how to navigate that 100%. So now tell me a little bit about, I think is it Mama Bird?
Yes, Mama Verse Southern Kitchen.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So basically, my husband and I, we live in this community called Southern Highlands, and we're
Hmm.
located on the southwest side of Las Vegas Valley, and we've been living here about 15 years. And it was just a very underserved community as far as our food and beverage options.
Okay.
So about 4 years ago, through an industry contact that I had from many years back, reached out to us to see if we were interested in investing in a restaurant concept,
Hmm.
Mama Southern Kitchen in Southern Highlands, because there was an opportunity to basically take over an existing space and make it into this new food concept. And so we kind of started exploring and we're like, absolutely, we love the community. We want to invest in the community. And personally, we just wanted a place that was family friendly for our family and friends to just go and hang out and be
Yeah.
okay that it was loud, with children.
Yeah.
They're going to be loud, screaming and crying, and they were going to be, a family friendly place like that because we didn't have one. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we invested in it, and we're just investors. We're not, involved in the
Okay.
operations. That's why I get to do
Okay.
state business. But both my husband
Nice.
and I, we know so many people in town, and because we lived
Mhm.
there, for 15 years, we just have a lot of the local support, and
Yeah.
it's been fun owning this local restaurant, and obviously being able to do different events, for my real estate
Yeah.
business, have
Of
client meetings,
course.
lunches there, and just let
Yeah.
them know that I'm really invested in the community and in Las Vegas because I just love living here so much.
Absolutely. Now, one day, Vegas is one of my favorites, my husband's favorite spots.
Yes.
So one day I'm gonna make my way down there. We don't get to travel too much anymore with the kids.
Yeah.
They've cramped their
Yeah.
style a little
Yeah.
bit, it's on my list.
Awesome.
And what would you say your favorite spot in Vegas is?
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's really a hard question because again, it's so funny, and especially because of my background in my concierge services, like I've been to pretty much all the top restaurants on and off the strip, been invited to all the shows, been invited to all the nightclubs for their grand opening. So I've had the pleasure of just really being knowledgeable about all these fabulous places. And there's
Yep.
just so many, right? So
Yeah, of
everyone,
course.
always ask me like, okay, can you just call out a few spots you like on the strip and off the strip? So like little short list. But again, even
Yeah.
that, it's like, okay, well, what kind of restaurants are you looking for? Is it a steakhouse, seafood,
Yep.
like Italian? Like what's kind of like your niche, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
I do need to let everybody know that obviously there's so much off the strip as locals.
Sure.
You know, when you live here, you don't really go to the strip unless you're working there or you have friends and family visiting. You tend to kind of stick to like your neighborhood and like off the
Yeah.
strip there. So for me being Japanese, you know, all my Japanese restaurant spots are in Chinatown, which is just, you know, 5 minutes away from the strip on the west side. And, you know, our Chinatown has grown significantly since I've been here for the last 17 years. Similar to New York, you know, it just kind of keeps going and growing, right? In new restaurants.
It certainly has here too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know,
No,
definitely, you know, shout out to all my Japanese, you know, restaurant entrepreneurs. My couple of my favorites would be Raku Restaurant. They have homemade tofu. They do the grilling on the skewers, like very authentic Japanese restaurant that you could, you know, almost find in Tokyo is right here in Vegas. And then my favorite local off the strip Italian would be in downtown Las Vegas in the Arts District called Esther's Kitchen. And they make
okay.
pastas every day, fresh daily you know baked bread every day there. Just really cool spots off the strip. So again, you know, especially you know people like yourself, like you've been here, you've done the
Yeah.
strip thing.
Yeah.
To do something different, like let
Yeah.
us the locals take you to the local strip.
That sounds like a plan. I'm gonna have to, I know I keep saying this, but I'm gonna have to get there at some point. Jimmy actually has a business trip coming up in Vegas. So
Huh.
I haven't asked him yet, but I've been thinking about whether or not I could hop on that
Yes.
potentially.
Oh
So
my gosh. Yes, that would be
yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well,
yeah.
thank you for your time and thank you for talking to us about the Vegas market, giving us some tips on some of the hot spots. Totally makes sense. You always have to check out the local places, and it's kind of like how New Yorkers avoid Times Square. I totally get the going to places off the strip. So that's
Awesome.
great.
I do want to end with two events that's
Okay.
very like we're very excited as a city. As you know, this is the city of entertainment. So we host like the biggest and greatest events. I just want to bring
Yep.
it to your radar. So maybe if you have clients or maybe you could come out to these events coming soon.
Yeah, sure.
So next year, 2023 in November,
Hmm.
we are going to be hosting the F1 car racing on the
Okay.
on the
Okay.
strip.
Wow.
Yes. So that really opens up not just to the domestic market, but the international market. And I did a
Yeah.
story on the F1 coming to Vegas. All my
Yeah.
European clients and my Middle East clients were like, we're coming. We're coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't
For
matter how much
sure.
we're coming.
Yeah.
So, you know, these kind of international events are really exciting. And then in 2024, we're hosting the Super Bowl in February here
Oh,
in
okay.
Vegas.
I didn't realize that. Nice.
So two big events coming in the next year and two. And yeah, love for you guys to know that so that you could keep Vegas in mind.
Very, very cool. All right. We'll definitely have to chat more about that for
Yeah,
sure.
awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. I know you squeezed us in right before you had to run out to do another showing today. So, but this was awesome, and hold me to it. Let's try to do this more often.
I love that. Awesome. So that's good luck with you for everything in New York. And can't wait to see you in New York soon.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Thanks so much. Let's
Okay.
talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.